Hello and welcome to the Alleluia Community's 4th of July celebration. I'm Michael Firmin. I'm a full covenant member of Alleluia Community, and my wife and I have been members of the community since 1981. We're going to interview different community members today to try to convey to you a broad spectrum of individuals and ideas, feelings from the heart about what covenant community is, what it is about, what it requires, and the fruits in the lives of individuals and families and the church. We hope you enjoy this peek into the life of the Alleluia community. Hi Barry, it's good to see you.
Hi Mike, how are you?
Just fine, thanks. Listen, I've got a question for you. This is Man on the Street here. Why build covenant community?
I think the reason that I build covenant community and help to do it is because it's a response to the Great Commission to go spread the gospel. And it's the model that Christ has used throughout all eternity. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, communal life. The Jews, a people. And in the New Testament, actually covenant community gathered together and people live out the life. I think it's the soil in which we get to spread that gospel. It's the way in which we bind ourselves together, and it's the way in which we can go out and really be effective for Christ. But more importantly, it's a role of holiness. It is the way that we, in rubbing our lives together day to day, are called to holiness, to go all the way with Jesus. And it's only in that environment, kind of like the parable of the seed and the sower. The soil has to be good, and covenant community is that good soil.
Rafael, you've been a member of Alleluia Community for a few years now, and so how about you telling us, what is covenant community?
Okay, covenant community for us is a group of people living together of faith in a way that we can find accountability to each other and can find support with each other in the way in which we live and we chose to live.
Why build covenant community?
You know, for me personally, why do I build it? I build it because I was called to. I can't personally live a strong Christian life the way Jesus has called me to all by myself. And so I've got to have the brothers and sisters like we have all around here right now to keep my walk with the Lord right, keep my holiness standards up, to increase my faith. I have so many opportunities. I see and I hear so many miracles because I'm surrounded by people who think the way I think. If I didn't live here, if I weren't building Alleluia Community, building covenant community the way I am, then I'd be somewhere else with my 2-3 cars and my 1.5 children, and I would be miserable.
What are the fruits of living in a covenant community for an individual?
Well, I'd have to say two things. It's the accountability and just the good friendships and unity. Accountability, you know, it's something you don't find very often, you know, always going back and when you need to talk about something or you're just not sure where to go in your life, there's always somebody that has either been there or just know how it is. So that is my favorite part of Alleluia and the biggest benefit for me as an individual. And then the friendships are something that's going to last forever, and I can't imagine not having that.
Hi Kurt, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks Mike.
I have a question to ask you, but first I understand that you have been a member of Alleluia Community over 25 years. You have 15 children, 8 of whom are adopted. That's impressive by any standard, of course, but we've got a question for you now. What does it take from, or what does it require of an individual to invest in covenant community?
Well, the easy answer, Mike, would be everything. But the thing I thought about is after we talked about this was trust. That we really have to trust each other. You have to trust other people to live in a covenant community. And as part of that, you have to be trustworthy yourself. You have to be somebody that other people can trust and is worthy of trust.
How do you know you're called to covenant community?
For me, it's a personal decision. I think the way I knew was that I had a personal encounter with a community. I saw a community and how it operated and how it functioned. My family moved to a community when I was a teenager, and so I got to observe it firsthand. And once I got to really understand what community was about, and it was really the everyday contact with people and seeing that they were truly committed to living a Christian life and committed to each other and to helping each other to do that, I realized that was something I wanted for myself.
How does your living or our living in covenant community affect the church?
Oh gosh, that's a big question, because community life deepens the personal spirituality and motivation to serve in such a way that I think it's a byproduct of community life is that people begin to want to serve in their church or parish more. They're looking for opportunities. Their lives are in better shape, so they are more free to contribute to church life. You know, they're not dealing with all their own personal struggles because they were worked out in community. You know, a lot of times that's a lot of what community does, is help individuals get free from their hang-ups and their self-interest problems. So they have time to spend with others on behalf of others and use that often through the church.
I think really that life in the community affords just the ability to foster and develop just really deep personal relationships. There's nothing superficial about getting to know someone in their spiritual life, in their home life. Living close together really encourages people to have those close relationships and really to encourage one another in a great way that is not often available in some of the superficial work relationships or people that you see that live across town or these kind of things. Even sometimes in families where you can't really be honest because of just family stuff that goes on, and of course the community has those types of things too, where there's difficulties with relationships, but the foundation is Christ, and you really have the opportunity to go deeper with people by working through issues and by calling each other on. And I think that's personally the thing that has drawn me mostly to the community, is the deep fellowship and the relationships that are not superficial. And so I would really invite you to come and look, to get to know people and to move into deeper, more personal fellowship with individuals that are on their walk with Christ. I'm a young guy in school, married and with a baby on the way, and my wife and I have a lot of support from the people because I'm really busy and she works, and we get a lot of help with meals and just with fellowship, and our family is here, and even if we didn't have our family here, I know that there would be people, and there are people that reach out to us and encourage us and have helped us with different things, giving us gifts just in preparation for our new life as a young family. So I think that fellowship is awesome, and that if you don't have it, and if you're maybe feeling isolated or alone in any way, or that your relationships are not what you want them to be, come and take a look at Alleluia Community and find the relationships that God meant for you to have.